Type ER. Exclusive right to sell, rent, listing contract, legal language. This is intended to be a legally binding contract. No representation is made as to the legal or tax consequences of this contract. If you desire legal or tax advice, consult your attorney or tax advisor. Exclusive right to sell and/or rent. In consideration of the acceptance by the undersigned licensed Arizona real estate broker of the terms of this listing contract and broker's promise to endeavor to effect a sale and/or rental of the property described below premises, I or we as owner, employ and grant broker the exclusive and irrevocable right commencing on, expiring at 11:59 p.m. to sell, rent, exchange, or option the premises described in paragraph 3. Note: owner acknowledges that signing more than one exclusive right to sell, rent, or other form of listing contract for the same term could expose the owner to liability for additional commissions. Price. The listing price shall be sale, dollar amount, rental, dollar amount, per month, plus, in the case of a rental, all applicable lease or rental transaction privilege taxes to be paid as described in the owner's profile sheet, data entry form, or such other price and terms as are accepted by owner. The premises, location information, street address, city, town, county, legal description, assessor. Fixtures and personal property, except as excluded in section 3C, below, any sale or rental or the premises shall include all existing fixtures on the premises, any existing personal property specified in section 3C. Below, and all of the following items of personal property to the extent located on the premises: freestanding range oven, built-in appliances, light fixtures, ceiling fans, towel, curtain, drapery rods, draperies, other window coverings, attached floor coverings, pool spa equipment including all mechanical and cleaning systems, flush-mounted speakers, attached fireplace equipment, window, door, screens, sunscreens, storm windows and doors, shutters and awnings, garage door openers or controls, attached media, antennas, satellite dishes, security and or fire system and or alarms, central vacuum, hoses and attachments, landscaping, fountains and lighting, water, misting systems, solar systems, pellet, wood burning or gas, log stoves, timers, mailbox, storage sheds, water softeners, water purification systems, appliances, and additional existing personal property. The premises shall include the following appliances which are presently located in or upon the premises: refrigerator, washer, dryer, other. Additional items of personal property included in sale. Fixtures and leased items not included in sale. Access and lockbox. Owner acknowledges that a lockbox and any other keys left with or available to broker will permit access to the premises by broker or any other broker, with or without potential purchasers or tenants, prospects, even when owner or occupant is absent. Owner further acknowledges that from time to time unauthorized persons may have gained access to properties using lockboxes. Owner acknowledges that neither the Arizona Regional Multiple Listing Service, ARMLS, ARMLS, nor any board of association of realtors, nor any broker, including broker, is insuring owner or occupant against theft, loss, or vandalism resulting from any such access. Owner is responsible for taking such steps as may be necessary to secure and protect the premises during any time that a lockbox is being used and obtaining appropriate insurance. Owner's initials. Owner does not authorize broker to install and use on the premises a lockbox containing the key to the premises. If the premises is occupied by someone other than owner, owner will provide to the broker the occupant's written permission for the installation of the lockbox and the publication and dissemination of the occupant's name and telephone number. And this is owner initials. Agency relationship. Owner understands that broker is owner's agent with respect to this listing. Owner understands that broker, either acting directly or through one or more licensees within the same brokerage firm, may represent a prospect interested in the purchase or rental of the premises. Owner authorizes the premises to be shown to any such prospect and understands that broker may legally represent both owner and prospect in a transaction with the knowledge and informed consent of both parties. Compensation to broker. Owner agrees to compensate broker as follows. Retainer. Broker acknowledges receipt of a non-refundable retainer fee of dollar amount payable to broker for initial consultation, research, and other services. Commission. If broker produces a ready, willing, and able purchaser or tenant in accordance with this listing contract, or if a sale, rental, option, or exchange of the premises is made by owner or through any other broker or otherwise during the exclusive term of this listing contract, owner agrees to pay broker a commission of, for a sale, rental, of the purchase lease price, or a commission of a substantially similar allocable amount if the transaction is structured as other than a purchase or sale. With respect to any holdovers or renewals of rental, regardless of whether this listing contract has expired, owner agrees to pay a commission of the same amount of sale or rental commission shall be due and payable to broker if, without the consent of broker, the premises is withdrawn from this listing contract, otherwise withdrawn from sale or rental, or is rented, transferred, or conveyed by owner through any other broker or otherwise. Cooperation with and compensation to other brokers. With regard to this listing contract, broker intends to cooperate with all other brokers except when not in owner's best interest. And in the case of a purchase, to offer compensation in the amount of the gross purchase price or dollar amount to a buyer broker who represents the interest of the buyers, and not the interest of owner in a transaction. Or in the case of a lessee, to offer compensation in the amount of of the gross lease price as calculated for dollar amount to a tenant broker who represents the interest of the tenants and not the interest of owner in a transaction. Furthermore, broker may offer referral compensation to a referring broker who has no broker relationship with the buyer, tenant, or owner, if not specified above. Owner authorizes broker to share all such compensation with other brokers in any manner acceptable to broker. Payment from escrow or rent. Owner instructs the escrow company, if any, to pay all such compensation to broker in cash or certified funds as a condition to closing or upon cancellation of the escrow, and irrevocably assigns to broker to the extent necessary money payable to owner at the closing of or cancellation of escrow. Broker is authorized to deduct compensation from any rent or other monies received on behalf of owner. Purchase by tenant if during the terms of any rental of the premises, including any renewals or holdovers, or within days after its termination, any tenant or his heirs, executors or assigns shall buy the premises from owner. The sale commission described in paragraph 6b shall be deemed earned by and payable to broker. After the expiration of this listing contract, the same commissions as appropriate shall be payable if a sale, rental, exchange, or option is made by owner to any person to whom the premises has been shown or with whom owner or any broker has negotiated concerning the premises during the term of this listing contract, within days after the expiration of this listing contract, unless the premises has been listed on an exclusive basis with another broker, or during the pendency, including the closing of any purchase contract or escrow relating to the premises that was executed or opened during the term of this listing contract, or as contemplated by paragraph 6. Failure to complete. If completion of a sale or rental is prevented by default of owner or with the consent of owner, the entire sale or rental commission, as appropriate, shall be paid to broker by owner if any earnest deposit is forfeited for any other reason. Owner shall pay a brokerage fee equal to the leaser of 1/2 of the earnest deposit or the full amount of the commission. Construction. Listing contracts shall be construed as limiting applicable provisions of law relating to when commissions are earned or payable in the event of any express disagreement between any provision of this listing contract and the terms of applicable law. The applicable provisions of this listing contract shall be deemed as modified to the minimum extent necessary to ensure compliance with applicable law. Owner's initials. Listing broker obligations and authority. Broker agrees to make diligent and continued effort to sell, lease the premises. Owner authorizes broker to place appropriate transaction signs on the premises, including for sale signs and sold signs, or for lease and leased signs. Owner authorizes broker to obtain information relating to the present mortgages on the premises. Owner authorizes broker to provide the information on the listing data, entry form, and any photographs of the premises to Armless for publishing and dissemination in whole or in part in printed or electronic form, including via the internet to Armless participants and the general public, even after the cancellation or expiration of the listing. Broker is authorized to report the sale, exchange, option, or rental of the premises and its price, terms, and financing for dissemination through Armless or otherwise, to authorize Armless participants and to the public, and for use by companies engaged in selling information for various purposes, including but not limited to appraisals or evaluations of tax assessments. Owner authorizes broker to market the premises as broker deems advisable, including marketing the premises on the internet unless limited in 7D or 7D II below. Owner opt out, check 1 if applicable. Owner does not authorize broker to display the listing on the internet. Display the listing on the internet, except the street address of the premises shall not be displayed on the internet. Owner understands and acknowledges that if owner selects option I, consumers who conduct searches for listings on the internet will not see information about the listed premises in response to their search. Virtual office websites. Some real estate brokerages offer real estate brokerage services online. These websites are referred to as virtual office websites, VOW. An automated estimate of market value or reviewing and comments about a premises may be displayed in conjunction with a premises on some VOWs. Anyone who registers on a virtual office website may gain access to such automated valuations or comments and reviews about the premises displayed on a VOW unless limited below. A VOW may display automated valuations or comments, reviewed blogs about this premises. Owner opt-out, check if applicable. Owner does not authorize an automated estimate of the market value of the premises or hyperlink to such estimate to be displayed in immediate conjunction with any listing information relating to premises. Owner does not authorize third parties to write online comments or reviews about the premises or the listing of the listing. Of the premises. Owner does not authorize third parties to write online comments or reviews about the premises or the listing of the premises or display a hyperlink to such comments or reviews in immediate conjunction with any listing information relating to the premises. Broker reserves the right to cancel this listing contract unilaterally for cause, which shall include, but is not limited to, broker's good faith belief that any service requested of broker or any action undertaken by any one other than the broker is or could be determined to be in violations of any applicable law. Role of broker. Owner acknowledges that broker is not responsible for the custody or condition of the premises or for its management, except under separate contract maintenance, upkeep, or repair. Documents in connection with any sale or rental of the premises. Owner consents to the use of the standard form of purchase or rental contract used by broker and all other standard documents used by broker and the escrow and title companies. Realtor status. This agent is a realtor, member of the Association Board of Realtors, and subscribes to the Realtor Code of Ethics. This agent is not a member of any Realtor Association Board, but as a subscriber to the Arizona Regional Multiple Listing Service Incorporated, has agreed to abide by the standards of conduct of the MLS subscriber. Owner obligations. In consideration of broker's obligations, owner agrees to cooperate with broker in carrying out the purpose of this listing contract, including referring immediately to broker all inquiries regarding the premises transfer, whether by purchase or any means of transfer. Provide broker with keys to the premises and make the premises available for broker to show during reasonable times. Inform broker prior to leasing, mortgaging, or otherwise encumbering the premises. Inform broker of any past due HOA, tax, or other premises related fees. During the term of this listing contract, owner agrees to continue disclosing to broker all additional information of the type required by the preceding sentence promptly after owner becomes aware of any such information. Complete and return to broker a seller property disclosure statement, SPDS, form if the premises is to be sold, and or any disclosure required by the Arizona Residential Landlord and Tenant Act if the premises is to be leased. These disclosures are designed to disclose pertinent property information. Broker shall have no responsibility in whole or part for the preparation of the SPDS form, nor any disclosures required in the Arizona Residential Landlord and Tenant Act. If applicable, sign and deliver to the escrow company a certificate indicating whether owner is a foreign person or non-resident alien pursuant to the Foreign Investment in Real Property Tax Act, FIRPTA. Provide a disclosure of lead-based paint and lead-based paint hazards as required by the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development if any premises structure was built before 1978. Deliver a completed affidavit of disclosure in the form required by law to a buyer within 5 days after purchase contract acceptance if the premises is located in an unincorporated area of the county and 5 or fewer parcels of property other than subdivided property are being transferred. Insurance. Owner acknowledges that owners or occupants' property could be damaged or stolen, or persons visiting the premises could be injured. Owner shall be responsible for obtaining appropriate insurance to cover such possible events. General warranties by owner. Owner represents and warrants capacity. Owner has the legal capacity, full power, and authority to enter into this listing contract, deliver marketable title to the premises, and consummate the transactions contemplated hereby on owner's own behalf or on behalf of the party owner represents as appropriate. Adverse information. Owner has disclosed to broker all material latent defects and information concerning the premises known to owner, including all material information relating to connection to a public sewer system, septic tank, or other sanitation system, the existence of any tax, judgment, or other type of lien, past or present infestation by or treatment for wood-destroying pests or organisms, and past or present repair of the premises for damage resulting from wood-destroying pests or organisms. During the term of this listing contract, owner agrees to continue disclosing to broker all additional information of the type required by the preceding sentence promptly after owner becomes aware of any such information by updating SPUDS, SPDS, or other written notice. Correct information. All information concerning the premises in this listing contract, including the data entry form relating to the premises or otherwise provided by owner to broker or to any prospect is or will be at the time provided and shall be at close of escrow or occupancy by a tenant true, correct, and complete. Owner agrees to notify broker promptly if there is any material change in such information until the latest to occur of the expiration of this listing contract, any close of escrow occupancy by a tenant. Use of listing contract intellectual property license. Unless owner delivers to broker a written certification expressly prohibiting the dissemination to a multiple listing service of the listing and any listing information certification expressly prohibiting the dissemination to a multiple listing service or the listing and any listing information relating to the premises. Owner acknowledges and agrees that all photographs, images, graphics, video recordings, virtual tours, drawings, written descriptions, remarks, narratives, pricing information, and other copyrightable elements relating to the premises provided by owner to broker or broker's agent, the owner listing content, or otherwise obtained or produced by broker or broker's agent in connection with this listing contract, the broker listing content, or any changes to the owner listing content of the broker listing contract may be filed with one or more multiple listing services included in compilations of listings and otherwise distributed, publicly displayed and reproduced, subject to the limitations listed in Section 7 of this listing contract. Owner hereby grants to broker a non-exclusive, irrevocable, worldwide, royalty-free license to use sub-license through multiple tiers, publish, display, and reproduce the owner listing contract to prepare derivative works of the owner listing contract and to distribute the owner listing content or any derivative works thereof, subject to the limitations listed in Section 7 of this listing contract. This non-exclusive license shall survive the termination of this listing contract for any reason whatever. Owner represents and warrants to broker that the owner listing content and the license granted to broker for the owner listing content do not violate or infringe upon the rights including any copyrights or any person or entity. Owner acknowledges and agrees that as between owner and broker, all broker listing content is owned exclusively by broker and owner has no right, title, or intent in or to any broker listing content. Utilities. During the term of the listing contract, owner shall maintain continuous service to the premises of all utilities which are currently connected to the premises. Relief of liability. Broker is hereby relieved of any and all liability and responsibility for everything stated in paragraphs 11E, 11F, 11G, 12, and 13. Indemnification. Owner agrees to indemnify and hold broker, all boards and associates of realtors harmless and all other brokers harmless against any and all claims, expenses, liabilities, damages, and losses arising from any misrepresentation, breach of warranty, or breach of a promise by owner in this listing contract. Any incorrect information supplied by owner Any facts concerning the premises not disclosed by owner, including any facts known to owner relating to adverse conditions or latent defects, the use of a lockbox, or any injury or damage to persons or property in connection with the marketing or showing of the premises. This indemnification shall survive broker's performance and any transfer of title. Other owners and prospects. Owner understands that other owners may make offers to sell or rent, or may sell, rent, exchange, or option property similar to the premises through broker. Owner consents to any agency representation by broker of such other owners before, during, and after the expiration of this listing contract, and understands that the premises probably will not be presented or shown to every prospect encountered by broker. Attorney's fees. If any action or proceeding to enforce any provision of this listing contract, or for damages sustained by reason of its breach, the prevailing party shall be entitled to receive from the other party reasonable attorney's fees as set by the court or arbitrator, and not by a jury, and all other related expenses such as expert witness fees, fees paid to investigators, and court costs. Additionally, if any broker hires an attorney to enforce the collection of any commission payable pursuant to this listing contract, and is successful in collecting some or all of such commission without commencing any action or proceeding, owner agrees to pay such brokers reasonable attorney's fees and costs, and owner also agrees to pay interest at the legal rate on all compensation and other amounts owed or due to broker from the time due until paid in full. Deposits. Owner authorizes brokers to accept earnest deposits on behalf of owner and to issue receipts for such earnest deposits. Recommendation. If broker recommends a builder contractor, escrow company, title company, pest control service, appraiser, lender, home inspector company, or home warranty company, or any other person or entity to owner for any purpose, such recommendations shall be independently investigated and evaluated by owner, who hereby acknowledges that any decision to enter into any contractual arrangement with any such person or entity recommended by broker will be based solely upon such independent investigation and evaluation. Subsequent purchase or lease offers. Broker acknowledges that owner has the right to accept subsequent offers until the close of escrow in the case of a sale, or until occupancy by a tenant in the case of a rental. Owner understands that any subsequent offers accepted by owner must be backup offers, namely contingent on the cancellation or other nullification of any contracts arising from the acceptance of earlier offers. Broker will change or maintain the correct MLS listing status in accordance to the armless rules and regulations and any associated policies. Check if applicable. Accept backup offers. Withhold verbal offers. Withhold all offers once owner accepts a purchase or lease contract for the premises. Equal housing opportunity. The premises will be presented in compliance with federal, state, and local fair housing laws and regulations. Time of essence. Time is of the essence in the performance of the obligations contained in this contract. Counterparts and electronic copies. This listing contract may be executed in any number of counterparts by the parties hereunto. Counterparts and electronic copies. These listing contracts may be executed in any number of counterparts by the parties hereto. All counterparts so executed shall constitute one listing contract binding upon all parties hereto. Notwithstanding that all parties do not sign the same counterpart, any legible electronic copy of the listing contract, which indicates that the listing contract was fully executed, shall be treated as an original listing contract. Construction of language and governing law. The language of this listing contract shall be construed according to its fair meaning and not strictly for or against either party. Words used in the masculine, feminine, or neuter shall apply to either gender or the neuter as appropriate. All singular and plural words shall be interpreted to refer to the number consistent with circumstances and context. Whenever the words includes, or including are used in the listing contract, they shall be deemed to be followed by the words without limitation. If this listing contract is used for a rental, exchange, or option instead of a sale of the premises, all language in this listing contract relating to the sale of premises shall be construed to apply as appropriate to a rental, exchange, or option. For example, owner shall be deemed to be exchanger, optioner, or landlord, respectively. This listing contract shall be governed by the laws of the state of Arizona. Taxes and registration. Owner acknowledges that a rental property must be registered with the county assessor's office and may be subject to a tax on gross receipts and a special rental classification for property taxes. Owner agrees to obtain appropriate licenses and pay fees and taxes when due. Owner agrees to indemnify and hold broker harmless for any such tax liability, including penalties and interest. Additional terms. Copyright. Entire agreement. This listing contract, including the data entry sheet plus any attached exhibits and any addenda or supplements signed by owner and broker, shall constitute the entire agreement between owner and broker and supersede any other written or oral agreements between owner and broker. It is the intention of the parties that this listing contract shall be a legally binding contract once it has been signed by owner and broker, even though none or only some of the pages have been initialed by owner. This listing contract can be modified only by a writing signed by owner and broker. The terms and conditions in this listing contract, plus all information on the data entry form, are incorporated herein by reference. Commissions payable for the sale, rental, or management of premises are not set by any board or association of realtors or multiple listing contract service, or in any manner other than by negotiation between the broker and the owner. By signing below, owner acknowledges that he has read, understands, and accepts all terms and provisions contained herein, and that he received a copy of this listing contract. Print name of owner. Print name of owner, street, city, town, state, zip, phone, fax, owner's email address, owner signature, month, day, year, owner signature, month, day, year. Print name of owner, street, city, town, state, zip, phone, fax, owner's email address, owner's signature, month, day, year, owner's signature, month, day, year. Owner signature, month, day, year, owner signature, month, day, year. Additional owner information attached in consideration of owner's representations and promises in this listing contract. Broker agrees to endeavor to effect a sale, rental, exchange, or option in accordance with this listing contract. Firm name, broker, preferred phone, fax, by agent signature, agent name, printed date, month, day, year, agent's email.